enthusiastically follow. Now, maybe you're feeling like, why would anybody want to follow me? Or maybe you're feeling like you don't even have a team yet, so how can you be a leader? If that's you, then today's video is just for you. So my name is Levi Hunsaker. I'm with JillandLeviHunsaker.com, and we focus on coaching and training networkers like yourselves to grow your business and extend that online without spending all the time prospecting and scouring groups and that kind of stuff. So let us know if you're joining us live, where you're joining from, and if you're just connect with us. I'll be looking for your comments. And if you're catching this on the replay, go ahead, drop hashtag replay, and we'll come back and engage with you through that as well. Can't seem to get my stream up here. All right. So, all right. So what does it mean to be a leader? Let's talk about that very first. Well, to be a leader, you kind of have to be out in front, don't you? So the awesome thing is, a lot of people think that you have to have all of this success and like a ton of team members and a massive following and all this kind of stuff, but you really don't. And so if you're sitting there thinking, oh man, that's a relief, drop me a hashtag relief below, because that was how I felt. Because I felt like I had to have a team, and not just a team, but a team that wanted to follow. And while that's true, that you do need to have people that are willing to follow you, you first actually have to be the leader. You have to be the type of leader first before people will start following you. And so that's just kind of a mindset shift, that people don't just start following you because you already are a good leader. You have to, or because maybe that's not the right way to put it. People don't start to follow you just because you have this massive success and everything. They follow you because of you. And if you want people to start following you, you can't have them following you and then become the leader. You have to be the leader now that you want to be, and put that out there for people to start following. So a lot of that comes into like producing content, that kind of stuff. So I've got 4 tips today for becoming the leader that your team will enthusiastically follow. Not just follow, but enthusiastically follow. So you will get high quality teammates following you, but you got to do the work first. So the first one is, you have to have a clear vision. You have to be able to present a vision of where you are going. Where are you headed? What are you hoping to accomplish in all of these, in all of your goals, right? So when that comes down to it, you want to make sure that you have a vision. You can clearly describe that vision. And not only that, when you can get your team buy-in into that vision first, now they're invested. Now they have enthusiasm. Now they want to follow. So you're going to do that by asking lots of good questions of your team. You're also going to do that by challenging ideas. Just because you have an idea or somebody else has an idea does not make it perfect. So be open to challenging ideas consistently, and always go into a meeting not thinking you know everything, but asking good questions so that you can challenge conventions and ideas to produce something even better. The second tip I've got for you is be consistent. Now, this right here, consistency is key in business. If you show up once in a while, well, what do you think your team's going to do? If they're following you, they're seeing your behavior. So you want to be consistent, even and especially when you think that nobody else is watching. So maybe you're putting video content out there. You're doing Facebook Lives on your personal profile. You are just engaging and just kind of randomly posting things, putting things in your story, doing Instagram or doing something on YouTube, whatever you're doing, somebody's watching. Somebody's paying attention. And I mean, you can see sometimes how many people, but you can't always see who. But somebody is watching, regardless of whether you know it or not. Now, when you realize that, being consistent becomes even more important, because whether they're willing to take action yet, they are still following you. You have become a leader to them. Okay, step number 3 is you want to become a problem solver. Especially this last year, this has been a really critical thing for our business. Everything that we were doing was in-person, event-based type stuff, belly-to-belly, face-to-face conversations, and almost overnight, that entirely dried up for us. And so we had to figure out a way to shift. For a minute there, it was like, oh, well, what are we going to do now? But go searching for solutions. When you go searching for solutions, it's amazing what you can find. And now we have focused on creating completely online. Everything online. We don't have to have go out prospecting, which people weren't talking to us anyway. We don't have to go out and like talk to everybody that we meet, because not everybody is right for our business. Now instead we focus on attracting the right people and then having like a qualification and interview process to see if they're right for our team, based on being a little bit more selective with who we work with. And that has just flipped the business on its head. It's changed everything. My kids can be involved with the business because it's all online. We can do it wherever, whenever. And then we can also build in a lot of automation and help with that, so it's not always me or it's not always Jill going out and doing these things, because we have systems doing it for us. And now the 4th thing is to focus on how you can help others reach the goals that they're looking for. Well, what does that mean? That doesn't mean how can you help people reach the goals that you have for them. This actually means having real conversations and finding out where they want to go, because not everything has to be a sales pitch. If you are focused specifically on helping people, that might mean that you help them overcome their challenges and they don't join your team. That might mean they join your team and you help them overcome challenges towards being what their version of successful looks like. But you have to understand that. You have to have that conversation first. That also might mean that you don't have the solution for them. Are you willing to put out another solution or give them a referral somewhere else that might be exactly what they're looking for? Maybe yours just isn't it. When you are serving people that don't need to be served, that's when it feels like your service is pointless. So yeah, basically what I want to get across here is that this is all about servant leadership. Like, get rid of the idea that this is about you. That yes, it's about growing your business, but it's about helping other people succeed and achieve their goals, their dreams. And when you can help enough other people do that first, that's when it's going to start translating financially. There's lots of currencies, right? There's financial, there is mental currency, there's emotional currency, there's relationship currency, there's credit. Like, there are so many different types of currencies, but you will become abundant in, I believe, all of them when you practice servant leadership. There's a quote by Zig Ziglar, and it says, "You can have everything in life that you want if you help enough other people get what they want." And this is what it's all about. And you might say, well, that's just selfish motivation. It's really up to you. If you actually enjoy helping others succeed and you know what you have to offer can help them do it, I believe you have a moral obligation to sell, to let them know. If you don't, you just bypass somebody that you could help, regardless of whether you get paid or not. So, focus on those 4 things. First, have a clear vision. Second, be consistent. Third, be a problem solver. And fourth, focus on how you can help them learn to overcome their own challenges. Be servant-minded. Now, leadership, this is one of my favorite topics because, first, it's an area where I had to learn a lot, but it's an area where I had also learned a lot that I didn't even realize. And a lot of that was just surrounding that I didn't fully understand what leadership actually was. You don't have to be miles ahead of somebody. You just have to be a couple steps ahead of them and turn around and lend a hand. Say, come along with me. Let's do this together. That's what being a servant leader is all about for me. So go ahead, drop below what is your favorite quote, video, idea, post, whatever, surrounding what leadership is and leading a team. Go ahead, drop that below. I'm going to drop my favorite one. I'll tell you a little bit about it. It's actually a YouTube video talking about how to build a movement. And this guy's at a music festival, and he's just dancing like crazy. This guy, he is doing his thing, but he's all by himself. And sometimes you feel like you're just flailing and not making any progress. But if you're having a good time, does it really matter? So that's the first tip, is enjoy what you're doing in your business. But then he gets his first follower, and sometimes that's all it takes, is that person that's brave enough to stand up, raise their hand, and join with you. And once you have a follower and you're showing them, being the leader, showing them how to do the things that you've been doing and continuing forward, that is when more people start to see, okay, they don't have to be as brave. And it starts slow, but that movement eventually builds. So I'm going to drop the link to that video below because I think this video is so impactful on what it means to be a leader and the encouragement that it gives when you feel like nobody's watching, when you feel like you're dancing and flailing out in the field all by yourself and not making any progress. So I love this video. Go ahead, drop what your favorite quote, video, or idea surrounding leadership and what it means to lead a team for you is, and let's just have a good conversation on this. So with that, have a great day, everybody. See ya.